We're always told to be faster, more efficient, more perfect. But what if our greatest strength, our true human advantage, is actually being slow, messy, and even making mistakes? Well, today we're going to dive into the hidden power of your imperfect and totally brilliant mind. So let's kick things off with a really fundamental question. I mean, we are swimming in an ocean of data, of facts, of information. But what's the actual difference between all that noise and one single, real, game-changing idea? And this really gets to the heart of it. Information is a commodity. It's out there. You can look it up. But a true idea, that's something your mind has to build, often from scratch. It literally rewires how you see the world.
Okay, so we all have this image in our heads, right? The brain as this amazing biological supercomputer. But let's actually put that to the test. Let's see how that comparison really stacks up.
So, on one side you have the machine, an incredible information processor built for flawless calculation. And on the other side, you have this biological wonder, your brain, which, as it turns out, is built for something entirely different. Let's start with pure, raw speed. A pretty standard computer can run about 3.4 times billion operations a second. Our brain cells, they max out at around 500. It's not even a close race. I mean, we're talking about being left in the dust here. And what about being right? How about accuracy? Well, computers are just staggeringly precise. We're talking one potential mistake in a trillion operations. That's about as close to perfect as you can get. But our brains? Oh, that's a different story. We make a mistake roughly every 1,000 operations. And if you do the math, that makes us about 1 billion times more error-prone than a machine. On paper, that just looks like a massive, massive flaw. So let's just call it what it is. If we grade the brain like we grade a computer, it fails. Spectacularly. It's slow, it's inaccurate, and get this, it's surprisingly self-absorbed. Most of its energy is spent on internal stuff. But this is where the whole story flips on its head. What if we're looking at this all wrong? What if all those things we just called weaknesses, the slowness, the errors, the glitches, what if they aren't bugs at all? What if they're the very features that give us our creative superpower? Just take a look at this image. You see a face, right? Instantly. But the incredible part isn't that you see it, it's how fast. For you, it's just bam. A computer has to crunch millions, and I mean millions, of calculations to do what your brain just did. And this incredible ability we have, it comes from a simple but profound truth. Our brains don't follow a recipe. We don't think like machines, not even close. You see, a computer runs on an algorithm. It's this super rigid step-by-step process. You get an input, you process it by the rules, you get an output. It's incredibly efficient for sure, but one tiny mistake in that chain and the whole system can just break down. The brain is totally different. There's no separate step for processing. The thought is the pattern of neurons firing together in real time. You know, think of it like an orchestra. The melody isn't in the violin or the cello. It emerges from all of them playing together. That's a thought. It's the music your brain makes. And this unique way of creating thoughts lets us do something way more powerful than just learning facts or following rules. It lets us truly, deeply understand. All right, pop quiz. Is this a chair? Yeah, of course. Easy one. We all recognize the basics. Legs, a seat, a back. No problem. Okay, now what about this one? Is it also a chair? You know, most of us would say, yeah, even though it breaks a lot of the rules. So why? Why is that? It's because you're not just matching features from a list. You've gone deeper. You've grasped the concept of a chair. It's something you can sit on. That's concept thinking. And once you have that, you can spot a chair anywhere and even dream up a brand new one. And this brings us to such a huge distinction. Machines use deep learning, but humans are capable of deep understanding. A machine can analyze 1 million pictures of chairs, but you get the idea of a chair. And think about this. You can forget a fact, but can you ever really understand something? Once you get it, you can't unget it. Okay, so if our brains are these beautifully inefficient idea factories, how do we actually use that? How can we create the right conditions for real innovation to happen? Well, here are 3 things you can start doing. First, take breaks. Seriously, step back, get distracted, lose focus. It sounds counterintuitive, but it's how you let your brain see the bigger picture. Second, do something boring. The reason people have shower thoughts is because automated tasks like that, or washing dishes, or going for a run, free up your mind to wander and make those new connections. And finally, escape your echo chamber. Actively look for opinions you disagree with. That friction, that's where new ideas spark.
And this all brings us right back to the central theme, to the most powerful takeaway from our whole conversation today.
This quote just nails it. Think about it. Computers are intelligent because they follow the rules flawlessly. But human creativity, that's born from breaking the rules. Our ability to be slow, to make mistakes, to be a little irrational, that's our unique advantage.
So don't try to think like a machine. Don't aim for more perfection, more efficiency, more logic. Instead, lean into the messy, the unpredictable, the wonderfully imperfect process that makes you human. We don't just analyze the world, we understand it. And that, right there, is our ultimate edge.
Because the next truly great idea, the next breakthrough, it won't be generated by some flawless algorithm. It's going to come from a human mind that took a break, made a mistake, and saw a connection that no machine ever could. So the real question is, how will you use your beautiful imperfection?